Listen, I love playing video games, but when I say that, I mean almost exclusively just Fallout games and then like a couple $100 of Stardew Valley. My video game knowledge is really limited, and that's starting to become really embarrassing, especially because I want to make my own games, and it's really hard to do that if you don't know what's out there. So, welcome to my new series, Games I Should Have Played By Now, where I play games that honestly I should have played by now. We'll start the game together, but then I'll play it on my own for a bit. So this will be different than a Let's Play. I want to give it an honest shot to enjoy the game on my own time and put enough time in it to really know if I like it or not. And to be honest, I don't expect to like everything that I'm going to play. In fact, I'm expecting to hate a lot of it. But I want to learn why. I want to know why I like the genres I like and why I don't like the ones I don't. I want to know what works for me in a game, and to me, what makes a game good. Like why these games on my list to play are classics, as they should be. And today's game is Unpacking. Now, Unpacking is a puzzle game. It was developed by Witchbeam, and the publisher is Humble Bundle. It has a generally favorable score on Metacritic of 83, which honestly surprises me. From what I've heard about this game, I've heard it described as like, it's amazing. It's one of the best cozy games. Maybe because it is a cozy game, people are more critical of it, or maybe less critical. I don't know, but I've heard really wonderful things. This is a game, honestly, that I'm expecting to like quite a bit. I enjoy puzzle games, though usually I prefer a little more narrative, and I really enjoy cozy games. But again, usually when I say that, I almost just mean Stardew Valley. So I'm really excited to sort of learn more about what people consider cozy games, which I know is kind of a divisive term for some people too. If you consider puzzle games cozy games, or if you don't, please let me know how you would define a cozy game. There are some genres I'm not looking forward to as much because I know that they're really not as much for me, like deck building games or roguelikes. I'm anticipating that I'm going to like a little less just based on watching other people play them. But Unpacking, I think I will like, so I am going in with some expectations, which might bite me in the butt later. Who really knows? And I'm looking at Unpacking's Wikipedia page. The game received positive reviews, that's what I thought, and won several awards, including 2 BAFTA Games Awards, a DICE Award for outstanding achievement for an independent game, and Game of the Year by Eurogamer. Okay, so that is the vibe that I had. Like it's a pretty successful and well-liked puzzle game. And what year did this come out? This was released... Oh, interesting. No, that's not as interesting as I thought. It was released for Windows, Switch, Xbox One in 2021, and then PS4 and PS5 2022, and then iOS and Android 2023. I said interesting because I thought there was like a longer gap between being released for console things, but that's actually all within a like 2-year span. So this is actually more recent than I thought it was too, which is interesting. I guess it's not really that interesting. I'm just saying interesting about these very basic facts. But I've been meaning to play this one for a while. It's been on my list. So let's start it. So like I said, this is going to be a little different than a Let's Play because we're not going to play the whole thing together. I want to give each game a real chance to like get immersed in it and spend more time with it than I could, possibly edit into a Let's Play for just a single video. I hope this music isn't overpoweringly loud. I haven't checked my recording settings. We're just kind of going into this together, but let's get started. Oh, I'm such a sucker for sound effects, like the marker writing. I've seen other people play this game, like on TikTok and stuff. I haven't watched like Twitch streams of it. And so I know some things that are going to happen. This is delightful. This is absolutely lovely. Can I close the windows? I know I'm supposed to unpack the boxes, but I want to explore first. This pixel art isn't like usually my thing, which I know is a weird thing to say after saying all I play is Stardew Valley. But like the isometric, I think that's what this called, pixel art, is a bit different. For me, and it's pleasantly done here. Put that there on our backpack. Rick. Oh, rotating is with the right mouse button. Okay, I'm following. I'm understanding. This is cute. Okay, this is art. Can art go on the wall? Yes, it can. So I think that's what we're learning. Some stuff is valid in some places, but not in others. Yeah, that's the game, right? You place everything. Okay. I feel like I've got a grasp on what's happening here. Oh, is that a little dreidel? I like this. We're like learning more about our character as we go. I think is kind of the idea. I feel like I have a good idea of like how things work. So I'm gonna go play on my own for a bit. I'll let it marinate. This will be my game that I like play this week. So the next time you see me, will probably be after I formed a good impression of this game, unless something crazy happened. I will see you then. Hey, it's me again. It's a couple hours later, but still the same day. I came back to play more, but I thought I would check in because I have played for now about 35 minutes total. I'm loving this so far. I can't believe that I hadn't played it up until now. It's exactly the type of like puzzly, cozy game that I thought I would love. My notes so far, because I have notes, of course I do. The game mechanic of learning more about our main character's life through their stuff and the stuff we see it's a delightful one. The storytelling, there is so much storytelling in this game. And I think part of the reason I avoided it for so long is because I was worried there wouldn't be storytelling. Like it would become kind of repetitive, which honestly is a little bit how I feel about A Little to the Left, which I also really enjoy as a game, but there's not a ton of plot to it unless I've missed something. But Unpacking has had a delightful amount of plot. It's been really nice to sort of see these stages of our character's life and to unpack the same things and recognize them, like the pig stuffy that I keep putting on the bed, or there's been a soccer ball, and it's just kind of nice to be like, oh, we carried that hobby with us, and seeing other hobbies we had, like the little miniatures that were in the first 2 bedrooms are in this bedroom now that we sort of figured out, like, oh, there are more bedrooms here. There's some stuff already unpacked, like we're moving in with roommates that have the same hobbies as us, and it's been delightful so far. I'm really excited to continue playing. I just want to point out some of the Foley effects that they have here. The Wikipedia article says there's over 14,000, and I believe it because each item has different sounds and they have multiple effects, and there's art for each angle. So that sounds more like flat on the wood floor versus bookshelf versus TV stand versus I have a book on another book on the floor, book on a bookshelf, book sideways on a bookshelf. It's subtle, but it adds a richness to it. Let's try something in the bathroom because we have different textures here. This is a towel on the floor, towel in the bathtub, and it's different. They're subtly different. You don't think about it. That aspect, it's one of those aspects of game design that adds so much to feel. Oh, and it can go so unnoticed, but I completely believe that there are 14,000 without question. That's beautiful. It's masterfully done. It's like 2 days later. I was not expecting to finish the game that fast. I was not planning on filming, but I just finished the last level and I cried. Not even because of the nursery, which I think is like an emotional hit for a lot of people, but because she published her own book and like she made it. I will gather myself and give you my full thoughts tomorrow. I just wanted to capture that. Wow, that's a gorgeous game. All right, it's a few days later. I've taken some time to gather my thoughts. I've started a replay of it. My playtime is now at 4 hours. I finished the game the first time just under 3 hours, like 2.9. So it's a much shorter game than I thought it was going to be. But I'm not mad about it because for what it is, it's incredibly polished. It's incredibly well done. I came back to get some of the achievements. I looked some of them up. It's delightful, the way they've thought about like how to encourage trying things, different things in the game, interacting with different things. It's lovely. So overall, what did I think? I think it's marvelous. I think it's extremely well done. It's a beautiful little game. It's shorter than I expected, but I'm not mad about it. My takeaway, my lesson from this game as like a wannabe indie dev is never to underestimate how impactful environmental storytelling can be. There is no dialogue in the game. There's not a ton of text besides, the caption of the photo after you finish a level. you learn so much from choices that are made in the environment. Little things like you have a dreidel, your character's Jewish, you have a pin through the face of your ex. It's masterful. I think the game also does a lot in trusting its players, and that's a really hard thing to do. You know, the thought process that I had in the level where you move in with roommates is how lovely that they've left a space for me. And then the next level, when you move in with your boyfriend for the first time, naturally, I had the thought, this is so frustrating. There isn't room for me here. And then, oh, there isn't room for me here. And to be able to trust your players, to come to that realization naturally without, hitting them over the head with it. And it's okay if they miss it. They still get the game, even if they're not, having all the takeaways you expect them to have. I'm sure there were takeaways that I missed. And that does give it some replayability to go back and like see each of the things. And it's really beautiful. I think the genre of puzzle for this, it's interesting because I agree that it's a puzzle game, right? Like the mechanics fundamentally are find a space for each thing. And sometimes there are complications to that. Like if there's not enough room on the wall, where does your diploma go? If you don't have enough space in the drawer, like you can't leave something sitting on the floor. So I would agree that it's a puzzle game, but it's also so narrative heavy that it's not just a puzzle game in the way that some other puzzle games that I've played. And the reason I think that I waited so long to play Unpacking, a lot of other puzzle games don't have any sort of narrative to them. And that makes it harder for me to sort of get invested. But this one, it's got a beautiful narrative. It's a lovely game. This was one I'm definitely embarrassed that I waited this long to play, and I'm glad we started with it because it's such a short and sweet. I was able to knock it out in less than 3 hours, and then come back, play a little more of it at 4 hours. I feel like I've got a good idea of the game now. Let me know what you think I should play next. I have a big spreadsheet, so here's everything that's like on this spreadsheet. If you see anything that's massively missing from this that you're like, oh, that's a classic that you need to add to this series, let me know. Put it in the comments. Let me know, have you played Unpacking? Are you also putting off playing Unpacking? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What am I still missing about that game? Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.